let's talk about modeling our blog in MongoDB. So we've seen how we might model it in relational, but now let's talk about how we might model it in Mongo. So it's a lot easier because you can imagine that we'd have a collection called, let's say, posts. And I'm going to show by example what would be in the posts collection. So we might have a post title, like free online classes, along with the body itself of the post, which I won't show. Just put some ellipses in for that. Along with the username of let's call him the author. And for that, I'm going to put my name right into the collection. I'm not going to put an ID in. And the reason is, and I'm going to show you, that we're going to use this as the ID for our other collection, the authors collection. So we have a title of the post, we have the body of the post, we have the author of the post. We need the date that it was posted. And we'll have some ISO date here. We'll talk more about types later on. And then probably want some comments. But in Mongo, we can embed them right in the document. So the comments keyword is right there. I'm going to open up an array, and then I'm going to have a document. And it's going to have a name of my poster, Joe Biden, along with his email, if he gave it, joe@whitehouse.gov, along with the body of his comment, which we'll just call it comment. And we can have multiple of these comments right here in the document. It might be very natural to do that. And it is very natural to do that. Tags work the same way. So rather than have a separate collection of tags, we'll just put the data right in here. So have a tags keyword in this document. This is at the highest level here. It's the same level as title and comments. And I'll put the tags right in. Cycling, education, startups. So I probably only need one more collection from this. I probably need some sort of authors collection. And this authors collection is going to have things like my username. But rather than have it called username, that's what we're going to do. We'll get to this a little bit later, how that works. In the authors collection, we're going to keep the username. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to make the underscore ID of the object be the username. We haven't talked too much about this yet. We'll get to it later. But every document needs to have a unique ID inside Mongo. The system will assign a unique identifier to the object if you don't assign one. But if you have a natural unique identifier that can't be duplicated inside the object, you can use that. So in this case, the username has to be unique in the system, so we're going to use that as the ID. And then probably have the password, which will be some sort of encrypted and hashed version of my password. And you might have some other information about the user as well. And that's it. I mean, that's the basic structure you need to represent the same data inside MongoDB that took 6 tables inside the relational system. And it's hierarchical. So, every post will have a title, an author, a date, comments, which will be an array of these other JSON documents. If the email is missing from any given comment, it doesn't need to be there. You could leave it out because since MongoDB is schemaless, it's flexible about that. The tags, I can put the tags right in here. I can have multiple listed. So I've sort of turned the relational model on its side, and I've taken things that would be embedded in separate tables and that would probably be related with relationships, and I've put them right into the same document as a list or as a subdocument. It's very convenient. All right, so that's how you'd model this blog inside the document. All right, time for a quiz. Given the document schema that we propose for the blog in this lesson, how many collections would we need to access to display the blog homepage, which would include top 10 blog posts and their comments and the author? Enter your answer here by choosing one of these 4 answers.